Today we are getting fall and festive with our Crumbl Copycat cookie recipe. Today we are making the pumpkin chocolate chip cookie. What is up, you guys? It is Karli here, and you're officially cooking with Karli. And today we're making the pumpkin chocolate chip cookie recipe. And I have to tell you that this recipe has been made in my house. I think this will be the 8th time in the last week, because I was trying and tweaking and just making sure this recipe was absolutely perfect. This pumpkin chocolate chip cookie is literally the best one that I've ever tasted, and I've tasted it a lot in the last week. So I hope you make this and that you thoroughly enjoy it. So to talk about our ingredients here, there is no butter in this recipe, which is very odd, right? Because all of the recipes start out with the butter and sugar, but this one actually uses canola oil. So we're going to use canola oil, regular granulated sugar. We've got some eggs, vanilla, and this is our pumpkin. It's just pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie mix. That is not what you want. It's just a little can. It's like 15-ounce can of just pumpkin puree. All-purpose flour. In here we have some baking soda, baking powder, and some salt. We got a whole lot of cinnamon, and then of course our chocolate chips. Crumbl uses semi-sweet chocolate chips, so that's what these are. But if you are a fan of dark chocolate chips or even milk chocolate chips, be my guest, use whichever ones you like. So I'm using a stand mixer here today just for ease, but you can definitely just make this with a bowl and a spoon or a whisk. They're super easy to make just by hand. So what we're going to do first is just combine the oil, sugar, eggs, and vanilla and pumpkin. We're just going to combine all of that together until it's smooth, and then we'll add in our dry ingredients, and these cookies are done. This is seriously one of the easiest cookie recipes that you could make. So the oil is going in. If you want all of the exact ingredient amounts, head to the description below, and there's a link there that will take you to my recipe on my website, and you can get all of the information there so you can make these yourself. And then the pumpkin. We're just going to mix this until everything is nice and combined. Should be really creamy, definitely not chunky at all. So now we're going to just add in our dry ingredients. So I'm just going to turn this on slowly and just add in our flour, baking powder, soda, salt, and cinnamon. We're just going to mix this until it's just combined. You don't want to keep mixing it. Once the flour and everything is mixed in, then we'll just stop the mixer, or you can stop mixing it by hand if that's how you're doing it. So this is definitely more of a batter than a cookie dough. Think of a thick pancake mix. That's what the texture and consistency is going to be like. So now that that's mixed together, I'm just going to pop this up and fold in our chocolate chips, and then we're going to scoop them out, get them in the oven. Before I put in these chocolate chips, if you're excited about these pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget that notification bell, because I come out with a brand new Crumbl Copycat cookie recipe every single week, and I'm taste testing their weekly cookies also. So you don't want to miss any of those. And comment below if you have any special requests for cookies you want me to add to my Copycat recipe list, and I will get your cookie out as soon as I can. I'm going to add in these chocolate chips now and just fold them into the batter. Okay, I've got my cookie sheet here, and you're definitely going to want either a silicone baking mat or some parchment paper lining your cookie sheet, because these cookies are so soft and gooey. And I'm going to use this ginormous scoop. This reminds me of elementary school lunch ladies serving mashed potatoes or something. I got it from Sam's Club. It is just under a half of a cup. So if I'm assuming you don't have one of these, but what you're going to want to do is scoop it out just a little bit less than a half a cup, measuring cup, and then just kind of spoon it out gently onto your tray. And these are going to spread quite a bit, so only put 6 on each tray. So I'm just going to scoop it out like this and then plop it down and arrange 6 on each tray. This recipe makes 12 giant pumpkin cookies. If you want smaller cookies, be my guest. You can definitely make them a little bit smaller. You'll just have to bake them for a little bit less time. And they may not flatten as much as these ones do because these ones are just so big that they kind of flatten more. They might stay a little bit more puffy if they are smaller, which is okay. They'll taste the same. Our pumpkin cookies are ready for the oven. They're going into a preheated 375-degree oven, and they're going to bake for about 15 minutes. You're going to pull them out once they've gotten a lot bigger, and then the cookie itself is going to get a little bit crackly, and it will be a nice golden orangey-ish brown color. So you don't want them pale at all. They're going to get nice and browned. Once these come out of the oven, you're going to want to let them sit on the pan for like a good 15 minutes while they set up, or they will just kind of fall apart. But they are so delicious, nice and warm. So let them sit on the pan for 15 minutes. They will still be warm. You'll be able to handle them a lot better. And then these cookies are done. So I'm gonna go put them in the oven. Look at these cookies. So they did exactly what we talked about. They spread a little bit and they got crackly on top. And if you use your finger and tap the center of them while they're, when you're checking them, it should bounce back. It shouldn't feel like soft and ooey gooey in the center anymore. It should bounce right back at your finger. So that is how I knew that these were done. They've been cooling obviously for 15 or so minutes because I can handle the pan. The pan is still pretty warm though, but these cookies are done. They are ready to serve. They're ready to eat. So after you're done serving them though, when you go to store these, just store them in an airtight container or like zip top bag. And you can just store them at room temperature and they'll stay good for 4 or so days. If you want them to last for a week, toss them in the fridge. You can also freeze them for up to 3 months so you can have fall all year long if you're a pumpkin fan. If you've been on the search for a brand new, perfect, best pumpkin chocolate chip cookie recipe, this is the one. Save this, bookmark it, send it to all your friends. This pumpkin chocolate chip cookie recipe seriously is the best one I've ever tasted, and I know you're going to love it too. And the best part of the videos, the taste test. Okay, that was a much better break. So the texture is still really nice and soft and fluffy, like you want from a pumpkin cookie. But like there's a nice little crispiness to the outside. And the cinnamon and pumpkin like ratio is just perfect. I'm not lying when I say that I ate these for breakfast for like a week straight. They're good.